Yo, what's up everybody? Back with another day of showing you how I am going to build today's food plan so that I can make sure to hit my calorie goals, my macronutrient goals, all those cool carbs and proteins and fats and all that. I build these every single day myself. My thought was, look, if I'm going to build them, why not record them, throw them up on YouTube and show people how I do it. Maybe it'll help some people figure out how to do theirs as well. I'm going to go ahead and start the app on my phone. Do me a favor, if you find this to be helpful, please hit the like button on it. Maybe even the subscribe button while you're here. Like I said, I do these every single day. And so one of the things I was going to mention here real quick before I get started is, I am currently in a cutting phase, but I am going into my second month now here. And I typically am shooting for about a 15% cut based off of my daily, my total daily energy expenditure, my TDEE. So I'm averaging somewhere about 2,600 or 2,700 calories. But the results are just not coming in the way that I want, so I may be having to look at decreasing my overall numbers here sometime soon. I'm going to increase my water first and see if that helps, but ultimately I'm not losing the weight, even with that 15% total cut percentage. So something I'm just kind of keeping an eye on right now. I don't want to have to adjust my calories, but we may have to go a little bit more deep on the cut if I'm not getting any sort of weight loss like I would expect, and I'm very, very tight on these meals typically once I build them. So something's off. We'll see how this goes. So I have a 3-step system every time that I build my daily food plans, whether it's daily or weekly or whatever. My first step of my 3-step system is I put in my staples first. I add those in every single day first because they're the easiest for me, and it just helps me get the process started. For me, my daily staples are my pre and my post workout. As you can see here, I've got some protein shake on my pre, some protein shake on my post, and then a little bit of carbohydrates on my post-workout as well, those gummy bears for a little bit of a post-workout glucose energy boost there. So I add those in first just because it helps me kind of get started. The second thing that I do every single day is I ask myself, is there anything that I'm craving? Is there anything that I want to make sure to eat? Because, especially when you're trying to cut weight, sometimes it's easy to feel like you're depriving yourself and you start feeling like it's hard to maintain, and all of a sudden you find yourself tempted to blow out more days than you should because you feel like you've been starved in a way. So I try to add in these cravings whenever I can. I didn't have any cravings today, so whether you do, whether you don't, after you complete the second step, is then you go to step 3, which is you start building your meal plans from the first meal of the day that you're going to eat until the end. And typically I will start building this right when I'm eating my first meal. I don't do it earlier than that just because I want to make sure, when am I actually going to get to eat my first meal? If I eat it at 10 o'clock in the morning, the rest of my day is going to look different with the food than if I'm starting 2 in the afternoon. And lately I've been having a lot of 2 in the afternoon days. This was another one of those days. Great for intermittent fasting, not great for if you're building your food too earlier in your day because you're just going to have to make your adjustments. So here I did for breakfast very simple liquid egg whites. I threw in a regular egg this time too, but I tell you, these liquid egg whites are awesome. On this one, it was just 1 cup, but almost 27 grams of protein, 0 carbs, 0 fat. So when you're needing some protein, man, those egg whites are the way to do it. Regular eggs are good too, but you can see, my furnace just kicked on, so hopefully that's not too loud. Regular eggs are fine too, but you can see 4 grams of fat with that egg. So the liquid egg whites are a nice way to just avoid the fat if you need to. So moved over to a lunch, which was very basic today, which was just another wrap. I threw on some deli turkey. I threw on some fat-free shredded cheddar cheese, and actually just threw a few pieces of turkey pepperoni on there just for the sake of just doing something different. Plus, I like the taste of pepperoni anyways. It gives it a little bit of bite. So this was just a wrap is all I did for lunch. Nothing else. For dinner, this is where I had to kind of start turning it up a little bit as far as the calories goes, because look, breakfast was only 200 calories for me. Lunch was 270 calories for me. I'm trying to hit 2,700 calories a day, which means I got a lot of calories left to go. So I started to increase some of my volume here. I went with some broccoli. I added in some baked beans. Normally these fat-free baked beans, I do probably about 150 grams. I had to do about 200 this time to start increasing my volume. I did 8 ounces of turkey meatballs. These are some meatballs I make out of just some ground turkey, and I put some onion powder and garlic powder and some Frank's Red Hot sauce on that. And so that was my meals. So it left me a lot of room, frankly, for snacks throughout the day. And I still have to make some of these snacks, and it's getting late. And I start getting nervous about it right about this point of I gotta eat a lot still, so that's what we're kind of looking at that right now. So I've got a Quest protein bar. It says 1 bar. I've already eaten that today. I've got a frozen fruit bar, which these frozen fruit bars are really nice. They're 0 protein, 0 fat, all carbs, but only 15 total carbs, which is nice, and they're pretty stinking delicious. I'm actually going to do here a pizza pocket, pizza pita, whatever you want to call it, which is another wrap that I just fold up with some pepperoni in there, some fat-free cheese, melt it in the sandwich maker, and it's nice snack. And almost at the bottom it says prima della turkey. I'm going to throw a little bit of turkey on that pizza thing too, just for some extra protein. One other snack I'm going to do here, and I haven't done this in a long time, is the raisins and the wasabi peas, where I just take all of that. These are dried wasabi peas. I like the sweet of the raisins. I like the heat of the wasabi peas. I throw it in a bowl. It's like a trail mix for me, so I'm going to have that. I haven't done that in a long time. And then another bag of these Quest potato chips. Actually, you know what? I thought I already had that somewhere. Did I miss it? Oh, I sure did. So let's do this. I don't have to eat that. Let me see where to go. Quest potato chips, gonna move that to lunch because I've already eaten that. Sweet, one less thing that I still have to eat tonight. So with all of this stuff added in here, here's how this ended up laying out for me. The numbers at the top, you can see 300 calories remaining. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, what I say is I don't want to go over 300, and I'm at 301. And I'm not going to throw a fit about it. It's just the way that the day is going, especially because of what I've been talking about before, that I might be having to look at doing a little bit of more of a decrease anyways in my calories. And it's late. You know, I'm not going to worry too much about this. 300 calories remaining. It'll be fine for today. At the top, my numbers are a little bit lopsided. You can see I went pretty far over on the protein, which I always want to be over on protein. Almost 30 is a little bit too high, especially whenever I have 63 grams of carbs left. So normally I would probably try to flip-flop those, look for an opportunity for a little bit less protein and a little bit more carbs. And as I'm doing that, is there anything here? Well, actually, let's take a look at this. Let's try that. I'm going to remove the prima della turkey. You're going to see that the protein at the top dropped to 12%. And I'm actually going to add in, how about, you know what, let's double those raisins up. Let's do 100 grams. That'll be just less than a cup, I believe. All right, so a little bit better numbers here. So you can see that the protein is still over, but not by almost 30. The carbs decreased by almost 40 grams, which was nice. And I'm still doing good on my fat. Overall, 221 calories remaining. Looking pretty here. So, you know, sometimes when you build these, that's all it is. It's moving pieces around. It's a puzzle. Anytime you build it, change the volume, change the ingredients that you're doing, just trying some different things. Over time, you get more used to coming up with these plans and you get faster at building them, especially like just now. I just know that raisins have a bunch of carbs in them and like nothing else. So you get better at sort of understanding how the food's going to fit in your plan, especially when you've been eating the same things over and over again. Anyways, that's how I built today's food plan. Hopefully this was helpful for you all. Again, the app I am using is called My Macros Plus. It might cost a couple of bucks on your app store, but certainly well worth it, especially if it helps you stay consistent with your overall food and food eating plan. So thank you all for watching. Again, if this was helpful, please hit the like button on it. We'll see you on tomorrow's video. Peace out.